Hey everyone, it's Lynn, aka Shade at whitewomandrums.com. I thought I'd throw this little video together for you tonight. I just finished doing a drum, and I know you've probably been checking out the pictures on the website, but I thought this little video might give you a little bit better perspective on the tension involved in doing a drum and what it looks like after it's been assembled and is waiting to dry. So, with that said, I just finished up this drum. It is an 8-sided octagon elk hide, which has a tendency of being pretty thick and is going to take a little bit longer to dry than a deer skin, with elk hide lacing. And this is my little artistic rendition of a spiral lacing. I do kind of unconventional backings. I would suggest you go out on the internet if you're looking for more of a traditional Native American style and just look at what they're doing. They have the equal arm crosses, they have the 5 stars, they have a circular pattern where they take and put rawhide right around the edge here. You lace into that and then do an equal arm cross. Mine are a little more artistic. I like to play with my lacings a little bit more, and I think my customers are real happy with the style that I do. Anyway, I wanted to show you too, on the lacing, if you see that I can really squeeze down. Now this is a really wet lacing. I just finished this drum up about 30 minutes ago. I did 3 consecutive what I call pulls on the lacings. I start my lacings down here. I put a center piece right in the middle. I run it down, bring it through, and then go directly across to the other side and work going to the left away from me and going to the right closest to me. So I do kind of like a sunburst effect. Once that's all done, I lock down my lacing in the center, and then I start my pulls. What I mean is I knot right here in the middle, and then I start my pulls. One single knot is wrapped around all of these lacings and kind of binds the center together. Then I start pulling. So I would pull here, run it through, find the thread on the other side, the lacing on the other side, pull here, find the lacing on this side, pull here, and I just work that same sun pattern 3 consecutive times. The first one is just to lay the lacings. The second one is to straighten the lacings out and pull out most of the slack. You can see that most of my lacings are very, very flat. I don't like them twisted. I think the drum looks a lot neater and a lot more presentable, and I also think it dries better if all the lacings are flat and laid right up against the wood. This one actually right here needs to be pulled in a little bit. That's another thing that you can kind of at the last second you can adjust these just a little bit, go around each one and straighten them out. I like to use 2 holes on the sides of my drum and on the head. I think it looks nicer. Some people do 1. I actually saw one guy that did 3. It was kind of neat. He almost did like a little knotting system, but I just think 2 is simple and easy, and it looks real nice. Okay, so you've done the second one. Go back in and do a 3rd pull. Then you do your tie-off in the middle and do your wrap. And like I said, go out on the internet, look at some of the Native American styles. I like to do these swirls. I do what I call a basket weave, where it looks, I do 2 together, 2 together, 2 together, jump up 1, switch over and do 2 together. You can see some of those on my website. I do equal arm crosses. I also do 5 stars. It just all depends on what I'm feeling like doing for that drum and that client. The biggest thing that I wanted you to see is that these are not extremely tight. If you get them too tight, I think your drum has a tendency of going way up in pitch, and it's also taking the chance of ripping out your threads here, ripping out those laces, ripping the holes out, pulling the drum head a little bit too far over. I like to keep my drum heads about 1/3 of the way over, maybe halfway over. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, even though I centered this head right, I put my frame right in the center of this head when I laced it. Leather is leather, hides are hides. They're going to be thicker and thinner in different places, and they're just going to pull differently. Oh, I've got stuff on this. Okay. They're just going to they're just going to pull differently. So you're going to end up with, if you're really lucky, it'll be pretty uniform all the way around the drum. But there is a chance that you're going to end up with, like right here, this one's a little bit longer, and then you go pretty straight, and then here's a corner again, and it's a little longer. It's just kind of how it happens. I find it makes it look very authentic. It makes it look handmade, which is the point here. I put a lot of love and a lot of care into each of the drums I do, so I like the way they come out each time. I think it makes it very unique, and as I've told my clients, you know, you're not going to have, no one in the world is going to have a drum like yours when you buy a drum from me. So I hope this kind of helps you get an idea of what's involved in making a Shaman style drum. And oh, another thing, real important, I like to hang my drums up on a wall. I have a very long doweled nail that I hang my drums off of. It lets the air get to the back of them, and the front gets a good chance to dry. Do not put them next to a heater. Do not put them next to a heat source. Let them dry very naturally in your house. Take them down every day, turn them over, look at the back of them, see how they're drying. Just don't lay them down on the head when you let them dry. They need to have that head, just needs to be very stable and very quiet until it's done. The other thing, I know it's going to be a big challenge, but do not beat on the head while it's wet. It has a tendency of stretching little areas of the drum, and it will make your drum not uniform across the top of the head. So again, I hope this gave you the information you wanted. If there's anything else you guys out there, anybody has a question, please feel free to email me anytime. I'll be more than happy to help. And have a really great day. Bye.